And welcome to our Halloween special. It is going to be funny and odd obituaries tonight. I hope you all are doing well. Get a little bit of this admin stuff taken care of here. I think Bimbo, she got my show confused with my trivia on Sunday. Sunday trivia is at 7:30 and our regular Friday, Saturday shows are at 8 to clear up any confusion there. I went to a fabulous car show today. It was Low Riders was the theme, cars and trucks. But we had some early rain and a lot of people got discouraged, and it was a light rain, but people got discouraged and left early. But I did manage to get a couple low riders doing their hydraulic things, so that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, it was a benefit for some veterans group. So, and it sounded like a pretty good group because they provide transportation to medical services, and they also stick with the veterans as they're in the hospital or doctor's office. They're sounded like a really good organization. So Bimbo should be coming on to help out later. Um, we shall see. We shall see who shows up. But it's so funny because I had been kind of collecting obituaries that I thought were kind of funny in anticipation of possibly doing a Halloween show. And then I'd called Bimbo to see if she wanted to co-host with me. And it turned out that she's like, sure, I have a list of tombstones. I was like, well, let's break it up into two different shows and I'll co-host on yours. So hopefully we can get her up here soon. But it takes her a while sometimes to get bimbofied, and that's all right. We like that. But yeah, as I said, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I've personally have been going, my joints just hurt. This little change in weather, I don't remember ever feeling this sore. So hopefully that will change at some point. Um, but before I went on here, I don't know if anyone has ever seen Second City TV. I know some of you have. So I'll change that. But if you haven't seen Second City TV, I was just watching Monster Chiller Horror Theater. Oh, with I was watching the House of Cats episode of Monster Chiller Horror Theater, and John Candy and Catherine O'Hara was in it, and a bunch of cats. So it was pretty funny actually. And they were always doing into the camera. John Candy was so hilarious. I'm gonna say that was probably all improv for him. So I see someone's in the chat. Welcome, welcome. It's always good to have guests here. Maybe we'll have some people show up here shortly. Again, if you haven't and you like automobiles, I did do a lowrider show today. I did some shorts of the lowriders and then driving with our hydraulics going. And then I have one longer video with just showing some of the different vehicles that were there that were really cool. I only posted one today because I've already posted, I think, a couple longer videos today, and I think there'll be 3 shorts today. So, oh no, she's eating meat. Not again. Not again. So, oh, stop. Go away now. Restream. Exit home. How do I get away from that? Excuse me, excuse me. Just hide this. Hide this. That's what you can do, is hide it. Bimbo, you going to come up? You going to grab the link? I think Restream is messing with me now. Okay, there we go. The henchman's name is Succubus. Yeah, there was a hawk eating some meat earlier today. Some tasty meat. So, if I had an extra minute for Bimbo, can you grab the link? Is the link good? Should be good. You can come up on panel. Or have you gone back to, hopefully you're not watching my link that I sent you. All right. Well, Bimbo is here. Did she disappear? Well, nobody's here. Interesting. All right. Well, maybe her computer went down. I don't know what's going on.
You have nothing there to chat.
No, I think it's you. I keep putting the link into chat.
Yeah, okay, but the chat disappeared.
No, it's only disappeared on your side, I think, still. Oh, crud. Crud. Let me send you this while I have you. You have your phone, right? So let me show you this. I will take a picture because we got to try and get your darn. I'm going to show you. See that? That's what you need to click. I'm going to send this to you. See if you. Oh, should I send it to Bimbo Barbarella? Yeah. All right. You have a picture there. And see, we're having technical difficulties, so please stay tuned. I'm trying to walk Bimbo through getting on here. And if it's not that, it's going to be up here as a little toggle button. And my fingers are pointing to both things you should be looking for. So let me send you this one. If that doesn't help. And see if that toggle button is there. You don't see that little chat on the right? Hello. Oh, are you there? There she is. Aha. So you have chat back now?
Mm, see.
Hello. Can you hear me? You got to get your earphones in. Haha.
I can't type anything in. I can't type any, I can't type anything in.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine and see you fine. I just can't type anything.
Okay. So let me show you where that is. Let me entertain you. All right. Do you have that big blue screen that I'm sending you pictures of? Or not at all? Oh no. Don't post.
Okay,
Delete.
because it's trying to let me back into Restream.
No.
It
Yep.
says
Here
you're
you
back
are again. Don't do that.
because I see where it says that you're backstage.
Are you looking at the things I've sent you via Twitter?
Oh,
That might help a lot. I hope.
I don't know.
Look on your Twitter screen. Nope. Can you please look at your Twitter screen? I'm going to remove you again. Don't hit a link again. Look at your Twitter screen. You see on Twitter where I sent you a DM?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Okay, yeah, but I don't have that screen.
Did you look at the second DM I sent you that shows you where there's a toggle button at the top where you can toggle chat overlay on or off?
Um, I hate this. Okay, because there's nothing in the chat.
Well, can you use your phone to look at chat or can you do chat off the YouTube?
Yeah, hold on.
Or I can just go on and I can pin any comments. But and stay on after the show and I'll help you get this stuff straightened out if you don't get it. Are you looking at X? Are you looking at your DM? I sent you 3. I sent you 3 pictures. And there she goes. Because I wish she would look at her DMs. That would be most helpful. Maybe we'll get her back here in a minute. So actually, she really doesn't need to see chat. I can pin chat and she can just comment. And I think a lot of people aren't here because she told a bunch of people earlier it would be at 7:30. And here we are. It's already late at 8:15. And it's the story of my life. So I guess I'm flying solo unless she wants to look at what I sent her in DMs and try to troubleshoot her issues there. There we go. Hello.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shut down the whole computer and then turn it back on.
Okay, maybe that'll help.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so start your show
All right. Thanks.
and I'll join. All right.
All right. Yeah, I've been started 15 minutes. So let me start. All right. So let's go on. So we'll start with this funny and interesting obituary. A Manhattan store owner who earned a national reputation by helping women find the right bra size, mostly through a discerning glance and never with a tape measure, died. She was 95 and a 34B. I think that's an appropriate time to give your bra size is when you died and in your obituary. And really, for being a 95-year-old with some 34Bs, that's, I gotta give it to her. She was svelte and probably of average cup size. So good for her. Well played at 95. That's pretty amazing, though, too, having been in Manhattan and living there. So I'm not doing names for these obituaries. Okay, and so now it's going to give me a hard time. So I found this interesting obituary. I may have to give her a link again. But I found this interesting obituary. I will say this is from the Jackson Argus in 1894. So we're going back a bit on this one. This is very interesting. Has anyone ever thought to write your own obituary? I have, but I have not. I don't know. Nowadays, I'm noticing that some people aren't even putting an obituary out. I don't even think they're required to put a death notice out. And I don't know if that ended with COVID. Just people, hey, Leanne, holy cow, I hadn't seen you in forever, girl. How you been? How you doing? How's everything at home going? How's raising a child going? It's been a long time. A very long time. Good to see you. Very good to see you. I've just been busy doing my YouTube thing. Been cranking out. Somebody gave me a hard time today saying I was putting out videos faster than they could keep up. So there's that. I know. I wish Chastity would come on. I miss seeing her. We talk every now and then, but it's been a while. It has been a while, but I do miss her. I need to touch base with her. I'm glad you're doing well, though. I know you're getting cold weather already up there. So I've heard. I've heard it through the grapevine. So, Usually, Chris LeClaire, he's from your neck of the woods, I think. Oh, excellent. Well done, Leanne. You got him through to adulthood. That's an accomplishment these days. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy for you. Is he going to college? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know she's pretty busy. So if she comes to mind, she sticks it out in the background. Yeah, Missouri. Yeah. There's a guy, Chris LeClaire. He's also from Missouri. He's from the big thing there. Is that, what's the name of it? Benson? What is the big touristy spot? He's from there. He's a regular here. Chris Leclerc. Oh, wow. You did good, girl. You did good. That's amazing. You couldn't ask for more. So I was supposed to have a co host, and I don't know. Maybe she threw her computer at this point because we were having technical difficulties. But we will see. Yeah, Branson. That's the place. I couldn't think of it. I've had a long, busy day cranking out content for YouTube. Oh, gosh. And trying to troubleshoot this stuff for Bimbo. Uh, so I'm going to go on and read the next obituary from the Jackson Argus in 1894. And that's awesome, Leanne. So this one, let's see, did they give the guy's name? Because I don't, oh, yes. I'm just going to call him Mr. B. So this is Mr. B's obituary. Sweetly and apparently, we're not sure, but apparently without pain, the gentle spirit of Mr. B passed from earth to heaven Saturday night. At his home in Indian Spring. His last day on earth was a perfect day and a happy one for him. He was unusually bright and cheerful and spoke of many reasons he had for gratitude and thanksgiving. He was busy during the day, attending church and looking after the finances of the church and the comfort of his pastor. He retired in his usual health around 9 o'clock. Soon after retiring, paralysis of the brain attacked him, and in an hour, his soul was in heaven. They know all this stuff. So he leaves a devoted wife, 6 sons, and 3 daughters, besides several grandchildren, all who love and reverence his memory. No children were ever more devoted to a parent than his, and if any differences ever arose, his wise counsel always prevailed. He was truly a peacemaker. He used his wife for others. Wow. Now, I actually found this obituary because we went to Indian Springs, Georgia, and it is a state park. And I was kind of surprised there was a cemetery in the state park. And so when I got home, I looked up Find a Grave to see who was buried there. And that's where I came across Mr. B's obit. So, yeah, he used his wife for others, thinking little of himself. His children were all present for the funeral, except 3 who have homes in the West. Oh, in the far West. 4 sons and 2 grandsons acted as pallbearers. He was followed to the grave by a large number of mourning friends, where he was buried with Masonic honors, the funeral having been preached by the Reverend Mr. Hurst, a student at Mercer and pastor at the Baptist Church at Indian Springs. Mr. Collier was for many years before the war well known all over Georgia as a proprietor and celebrated Macintosh House, which was destroyed by fire about 14 years ago, since which time he has lived in retirement, surrounded by his devoted family, and always cared for them and their saintly mother. The saintly mother, I guess this is the same saintly mother who he used for others. The saintly wife. Oh my gosh. Leanne, have you ever thought about writing an obituary? If I wrote an obituary, it would probably be a funny one or just a crazy one. I might even make stuff up like Bimbo would, just to mess with people. All right. I may skip over some details here. We don't need to know who he begot and stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this place is in the middle of nowhere, Leanne. It's between Atlanta and Macon, and it's on these back country roads. And even now, it's very, very rural there. And so, yeah, this was Indian Springs is the biggest town there is, and I did a whole tour of that town. So there are probably maybe 6 businesses, a couple B&Bs, some cabins in the state park, and that's it. There was a corner store, convenience store. So, yeah. So here's another Mr. B. He was from Pittsburgh, and let's see. He was affectionately known, though, as Big Al by his family and friends. He was a plumber by trade, a tremendous gardener, and an avid hunter. He also enjoyed fishing and proudly displayed the stuffed barracuda that he caught back in 1965, much to the dismay of his wife. Yeah, I bet. They were only married 24 years. Wow. He despised canned cranberry sauce. Oh, this is perfect. Not only Halloween. Here we go, introing Thanksgiving here. He despised canned cranberry sauce, wearing shorts, cigarette butts in his driveway, oatmeal, loudmouth know-it-alls, Tabasco sauce, reality TV shows, and anything to do with the Kardashians. Raise your hand if you feel like Big Al. Oh, gosh. Someone just asked me if I'm going live tonight. They must not have gotten a notification. That's too funny. But Big Al had many loves too. He loved his wife, who preceded him in death in 1990. He was also dearly loved by his children, grandchildren, famously opinionated and short-tempered. Wow. They didn't hold back at all. Wow. Whew. Big Al handed these qualities down to his daughter. I'm going to guess that she was the one who wrote the obituary then. A sharp-tongued character in her own right, he also attended trade school to be a plumber instead of going to college. Big Al's strong work ethic and keen sense of wisely saving and investing money live on with his son. He took extreme pride in his grandchildren. He also loved milkshakes, fried shrimp, the Steelers, the Playboy Channel. Wow. Good for him. Silky's Gentleman Club. There you go. Taking afternoon naps in his recliner. I mean, hanging out at Silky's Gentleman Club must have worn him out. He needed those dang naps. Oh gosh. Hanging out at the VFW, playing poker, eating jelly beans by the handful, and his hunting dogs, his favorite being Holly, Hill, Rip Van Winkle, a loyal beagle that answered to the nickname of R.I.P. Oh my gosh. That's too funny. Too funny. So Leanne says, oh, Jim. Wait. I think I've that's what I was looking for. Leanne says, "Oh, I kind of agree with him on the cranberry and oatmeal." Right? Hey, Maddox Jim, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you. I was on the panel last night when you were there. So I'm one of the few people. I have my camera's a little messed up, so you might not be able to see me as well. Or it may be my ears that are kind of throwing you off. So good to see you here though. And I actually told a lot of people 7:30, but the time was 8. My trivia tomorrow night is at 7:30. So I'm back to doing trivia, Leanne, because people said it's getting cold. They need something to do. So that's what I'll be doing Sundays now. But cranberry, I don't like canned cranberry, but I do like cranberries. And I like making the cranberry relish when I do make that. So, yeah. So, Maddox Jim, how's your weekend going? Leanne says, I've been working on my family tree, and some distant part of my family put an ad out announcing they swapped divorce and swapped partners with some friends. Really? Wow. Wow. How interesting. Now, was that in like the 1800s? Because a lot of crazy stuff went on the 1800s between religion, water therapies, um, just all kinds of bizarre seances, the spiritualist movement, all of that stuff, all those, I think it was all the snake oil they were being sold. Probably, probably messed with their heads a little bit. Ah, okay. Good for you, Maddox. Do you play rock, goth, classical? What kind of guitar? Yeah, I know you haven't been here, but I'm on Bimbos. I was on Bimbos last night. So I saw you on there when we were doing the show. Yeah. I had all the crazy rock and roll picks. Well, mine weren't rock and roll. I had a lot of jazz type picks that I did last night. And my number one pick was uh who was it? Screaming Jim. Doing I put a spell on you. I put a spell on you. Dun, 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 and you're mine. Oh, and there's Addie. Hey, Addie, good to see you. Bimbo says it may be working. Yeah, we got to pick like any jazz song or any song, any genre for our rock and it's normally a rock and roll show, but we just did a pick somebody, anybody, and hopefully they were obscure enough. But I did pick Birdland from Manhattan Transfer, and I almost picked something off Harry Arnold and Quincy Jones's album. Big Band Equals Jazz, I think is the name of the album. And I forget what else I picked. But my husband, he picked his number one song last night was MacArthur Park. But I think the original by Sir Richard, what's his name, the actor. Hello, Mr. Kropka. How are you doing? So, Leanne, Mark Kropka is good too. He plays like late night rock and roll. And it's just a chill kind of hangout and listen to music until YouTube kicks him off for multiple copywriting strikes in one night. But we all have fun. Hey, Mrs. Hopkins, how's it going? Good to see everyone rolling in. Rolling, 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 rolling. Yes. Oh, Addie, you know what? I was saying earlier, it was a bummer because it rained a little bit here. So a lot of the like the lowrider cars left. I got to see a few when we got there driving, and they had their hydraulics going as they were leaving and everything. So that was cool. Those were my two shorts for the day. And then I had a long video. I have more long videos coming up and maybe another short. So, hello, 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 hello. Thanks, Mrs. Hopkins. I appreciate it. Thought I had posted one earlier. I know I posted a community thing, but I'm not sure. Hey, Bimbo, you can grab the link. I thought I saw you here a minute ago. So I want y'all to say hello to Leanne Ferguson. I've known her, gosh, Leanne, has it been 3 years now? I think it has. I hadn't seen her in a long time, but I've known her, I think, 3 years because I used to do a trivia show and she would come and play and we'd have a good time. So everyone say hello to Leanne. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised, Missy. I swear you cannot. They don't do notifications. Even now when it's like people I'm subscribed to and they say, "Oh, unsubscribe, resubscribe, you'll get notification." No. That never works for me. Never works for me. So Mark, you want to grab the link? Addie, you want to come up? Yeah, Leanne's a lot of fun. And Hot Mess Missy Art and Arvine, she does her Art and Arvine thing. She's at home mainly now, though. Hopefully we'll see her on the road again. Miss Addie Pickle has a channel, but she doesn't load too often. But Hot Mess Missy, she's everywhere. She's on Instagram and TikTok and all the places. That was pretty funny. So is my link not working now? Or did Mark have to go get clothes on? Addie, you want to come up? Missy, you want to come up? Come on, Missy. Grab a link. I don't care. Leanne, if you want to grab a link, grab a link. So I've only gone over, I think, like 2 obituaries. Yeah, Hot Miss Missy, you need to come over here to the wild side, but just tone it down a little bit and quit doing those X-rated trivia nights so we can get you monetized. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the only thing. Hey,
Oh,
Hot Miss Missy.
hello.
How's your day going?
I'm really tired because last night I had this weird thing happen to me where every time
Uh-oh.
I try to fall asleep, my leg freaked out, it like spazzed out every time I dozed off. And I'm like, what the hell? So I thought maybe it was something I ate. So then I drank a whole bunch of water and then it stopped doing it. But then my brain started spazzing out every time I tried to fall asleep. So
It's
I drank
always
some
one or
more
the
water
other.
and then that got better. And then all of a sudden, like I'm laying there because I had to pee really bad from all the water. I was up all night.
Got your video of being in the doctor's office and should I pee? I really gotta go pee. I really gotta go pee. Should I pee? Oh, if I go pee, they're gonna call my name. Oh, I'll just hold it. Look, no, I really gotta pee. Like, should I pee?
That's
That was
exactly what happened to
hilarious.
me a couple weeks ago. So I
Oh
really
yeah.
feel
Happens to me all the time.
we overthink things, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do. Definitely. So,
Oh,
did you get any good grub tonight?
any good what?
Grub
Grub. I had
food.
hot and sour soup for
Oh,
dinner. I ate the whole quart of soup.
oh yeah, I'd be with you.
Oh my god! Though I think that might have been what freaked me out last night because I had hot and sour soup last night.
I love hot and sour soup. I need to
I'm
make
trying.
some more.
Oh, you make your own? Oh, my figures.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of doing this thing now where I want to do like a soup every Friday, so that we have that before Bimbo show or my show, whoever's doing a show that Friday, and then doing we'll have it all weekend, so that frees me up to do a lot of other things. So
Ooh. So are you making the soup on the show? Or you make it before the show?
I make it before the show and then just post a video.
Because you should have a soup making stream, and everybody on panel should be making soup.
Hey, I did a matzo ball. Oh, I didn't do a recipe on how I did it though.
Mm,
And that one I kind of cheated. So,
wow.
because I had that box mix, but I did my own thing with it. So, I whipped my egg whites that I like to do and I added
Mm.
seltzer. So, that's
Mm.
my thing. So they were floaters, not sinkers. Yeah.
Oh, I love matzo ball. My dad always made great matzo ball. He doesn't cook as much now, but he always for Passover he made the matzo balls. Oh, they were so fluffy and yummy and delicious.
I like them fluffy.
Yes, I love them fluffy.
I like them fluffy.
I like
So,
German fluffy.
shall we go back to obituaries?
Oh, that's what you
I
do.
already did 2 obituaries. So we're talking about Big Al right
Oh,
now. And he had a Holly Hill Rip Van Winkle was his loyal beagle, but answered to the nickname of Rip. And Big Al was world renowned for his lack of patience, not holding back his opinion, and a knack for telling it like it is. He was highly proficient at cursing. He liked 4-letter words just about as much as 4-wheel drive pickup trucks. Oh, how funny. He was a connoisseur of banana cream pie
mm.
and a firm believer that ham sandwiches should only be served on Mancini's bread. He always told you the truth, even if it wasn't what you wanted to hear. He was generous to a fault, a pussycat at heart, and yet he sugarcoated absolutely nothing. To quote Winston Churchill, he was a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. His fondness for spaghetti westerns was only surpassed by his love of bacon, beer, and butter pecan ice cream. I could go there. Although I don't do beer that much anymore.
Is it butter beer? in the butter pecan ice cream, or is it
No,
all
I think
separate?
it's all separate. Bacon, beer, and butter pecan ice cream.
Bacon beer, bacon beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds
He
like a good
finally
time.
reminisced about good friends, good drinks. Um, sorry, Bimbo up just sent me a message. She uploaded Windows 11. And so now she's been having issues.
Mm.
Um, excuse me. He fondly reminisced about good friends, good drinks, and good times at the Tri Valley Sportsman Club in Burgettstown. He was a longtime member of the Elks Club in McKees Rock, where he frequently bartended and generously donated his tips to charity. Quite a teller of tales, Big Al's elaborate stories often were punctuated with the phrase, "And that's when I kicked his ass." He enjoyed outlaw country music, Waylon Willie, Hank Johnny. He was also on the first name basis with the four horsemen of liquor, Jack, Jim, Johnny, and Jose. Oh my gosh.
Where did you
Man, I
find
wish I'd known Big Al.
Where did you
Oh.
find these?
Some of them I found looking up, like one I just read where the, it's was very 1800s and how it was written, but how it talked about how he freely gave of his wife, like gave up his wife to anyone who wanted her, but they meant it in the good Christian way, not our demented mindset.
Jen, we should all write our own obituaries and share them. Like
That's what I
everyone.
was talking
Oh,
about.
you said that? Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Shall we do that next year? Like come up with our own obituaries and read them?
What if we're actually already dead by then?
Well, we'll have somebody read them.
But I won't. What if I'm dead? I won't hear it. I'll be so bummed out. I'll be dead and bummed.
Well, right? Have you, like, you've known people on YouTube that have passed, right?
Um, I've known people. Yes, I've known people who've passed.
Right?
Yes,
Or of people who passed,
yes.
right? And it's
Unfortunately,
always such a bummer. Everybody's so down and out, or in some areas, there are fights breaking out over stuff. I think we should just write our own obituary, pass it on to one of our friends on here, and that's what gets read on YouTube. That's what I say.
or we ask someone who's close to us to write it, and then we read it off. If we write our
Oh,
own, I mean,
write our own, yeah.
we're not gonna really be honest, are we?
Oh no.
Hi,
I'm gonna be
Dan.
like I'm gonna be like that first woman who had a bra shop in Manhattan,
Uh-huh.
and they said she never measured anyone. It was always at a glance, never a measuring tape. And then they said when she died, she was 89 and a 34B. I'm going to be a 34B when I'm dead, just because I can. And who's going to argue it, right? Don't talk ill of the dead. Oh, gosh.
I was thinking, who's that guy from that game show host who just recently passed? Price is Right.
Oh, Bob Barker.
Yes, and someone said he just died just before 100, like it was the closest to like 99 or something like that. Like they made a joke about without going over,
Oh, my gosh.
like because if you go over, you lose.
Mrs.
Let's go
Hopkins said,
over.
I want mine to be a Mad Lib. I love those.
Oh my God, fill your own
That
answers.
that would be awesome. No, everybody fills in the blank about you. It could be
Oh my God.
scary.
Oh my God. Let's do that. Actually, everyone should write an obituary. And then where the nouns and the verbs and adjectives go, we just have everybody fill in the blanks and then we read our obituaries.
But everybody's going to be nice because they'll fear that the
Oh, hell no.
backlash. Hey, Dan, how are you doing, Dan? Good to see you. Spartan Dan. You've had Spartan Dan on your channel, Missy. The other
I
night, he has this Dino Man costume, and it's a dinosaur, like a
really?
big dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur head, and he had a turkey
Oh,
on top of that with the legs hanging down.
sorry. Oh
He,
my God.
he was
Oh,
killing
Dan.
me the other night. He's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh, oh my gosh.
my heart.
All right.
Oh my
So
God.
let's see what else they have to say about Big Al. Oh my gosh. Where are we? Big Al had strong beliefs in which he never wavered. Dog shit makes the best garden fertilizer. Heinz ketchup does not belong on a hot dog. And Penn DOT should be embarrassed of never ending construction, detours, and potholes on Route 28. Wow. They spent a lot of money on this obituary. With his love for gardening and passion for hunting, Big Al was locally sourcing his food for decades, long before it was the in thing to do. While a necessity in his youth growing up during the Depression, this passion of being self sufficient was carried throughout his whole life. This Depression baby was ahead of his time with being green, as evidenced by the approximately 87 I can't believe it's not butter containers stacked neatly in his kitchen cupboard. The biggest challenge was actually finding the butter in his refrigerator with 13 containers of leftovers that all look the same. Oh my gosh. The great Tupperware.
It
Oh
was
my
somebody get
gosh.
leftover tomatoes or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm sure he probably had stuff that never got eaten in there.
Oh
A
my
lot of it was probably grown hair.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my grandmother always had like containers like that with food in it. It's like you couldn't find the butter.
I know somebody that collected every newspaper and every like milk jug, but they would use the milk jugs to cover tomato plants early in the spring, create little greenhouses. But yeah, they collected a lot of stuff.
Oh my God.
Like, I can't hoard that much.
You ever watch that show, Hoarders?
Yeah.
I watch it. I want to clean up.
I want to take a bath. I feel dirty.
Oh my God, but it fascinates me. I would
Yeah.
love to go through like not a gross hoarder house, like someone who just collects stuff, but not one that has like 50,000 cats with them all flattened under boxes, but one who
Oh,
just
yeah.
collects stuff and they're like, okay, just take what you want and go
Yeah.
through it.
I knew someone who was a bottle collector. Now, they had all kinds of antiques, but they were a bottle collector as well. And they had, she had like shelves around her house that was all little bottles of different types,
Wow.
old antique bottles. But her house was always fascinating to go into. And I love she had these two huge, those old antique 1800 portrait paintings.
Mhm.
And every guy looks like he's an admiral of a ship or something like Mark Kropka. That's how these guys looked.
My
It was
oldest was just
crazy.
gifted some magazines from the basement. They acquired the house from their boyfriend's father, and they're cleaning out. And the boyfriend's father said, "Oh, if you want the magazines, keep them. If not, toss them out." They were from like the 50s, the 40s,
Wow.
like old magazine. I mean, they're kind of crappy. They weren't in the best condition where they'd be worth anything.
Oh,
But my
yeah.
oldest likes to do collages and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, that is so awesome to have
That
these
is,
photos.
oh,
I'm like, it's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Because even those magazines now, they're old if you can finally.
Great. Oh my God. Yeah, the flattened dead cat, Mrs. Hopkins. Yes. Oh my God. I saw that one.
Yeah. We use a lot of those Rubbermaid with the red tops and the locking lids now that I have the freezer. But
Mhm.
Chris, we've always taken our lunch to work. And so we've just always used those out of convenience.
Yeah.
So,
I just buy frozen dinners and I go to work. And if they're not serving anything I like in the dining room, I'll
mhm,
just, because the employees get free lunches. But
nice.
we get the choice of the first choice. We don't get the alternative because they say that for the residents.
Mhm.
And if something I don't like, then I'll eat my frozen dinner. If I don't eat my frozen dinner because I ate what they had, I'll just eat that for dinner. So I'll eat it
Oh,
for lunch the
nice.
next day
Nice.
if I'm off. Yeah.
Very good.
Just make things
Spartan Dan says, finally made a live. Woohoo! Good to see you here, Dan. Welcome to a drama-free zone. Yay!
I want to apologize. I didn't see everyone's comments when I first got on because I didn't realize because I'm not used to this restream thing. So
I know, right?
sorry.
I do think it's easier than StreamYard. I had a hard time with StreamYard. I might be able to handle it now a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, when I first tried, I could not do restream. That was
I'm still paying
sad.
for StreamYard. I have to get that off my. They keep charging me every month.
Mrs. Hopkins said, "Where's the rest of that, Mrs. Hopkins?" I don't know about that. She said they do. I use Cool Whip containers and yogurt. LOL. And then she said, and a dead flattened cat in the corner. I think she was commenting, but yes.
Oh, that was the grossest episode. That just broke
Yeah.
my heart. Oh my god.
I mean, I've watched a few of them on YouTube, but yeah, when it comes to the animals, I'm like,
Oh, I hate
no,
animal
I
hoarders. It's so
can't.
great. It's
I
like how?
can't.
Why do you think you're really benefiting these cats, and then letting them impregnate each other and have more cats? And then they suffer. It's just ridiculous.
It
They're not
is.
getting medical care. They're not getting enough food, water. They're getting squashed by boxes.
And
It's
other
just,
things.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some place up here, they just got, I don't know, cats and dogs. I think it was over 100.
Like, I won't even get one dog. I don't want the responsibility of being irresponsible. I just can't. Because I know I just don't want that responsibility. I'm going to be hard. I can barely take care of myself. That's why I enjoy my grand dog Turk because I just get to love her and not have to take care of her all the time. I take care of her, right, baby?
I know
Anyway,
she loves that too. She loves you playing with her and giving her attention.
I love her so much.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
But it's like being a grandparent. End of the day, you get to not have to do everything.
I know. I know. I really miss having dogs. And then, like, I used to babysit my neighbor's dog. They go to Korea for like a month or two or whatever.
Ooh,
It's been there. Hold on.
if it's for me, I'm not here.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hey, I'm not gonna bother because my page is not responding.
Chris will help you out tomorrow. He'll troubleshoot everything.
Ever since I uploaded that Windows 11, nothing has run right.
All right. Yeah. Chris will troubleshoot it tomorrow.
It's oh my god, it's a piece of shit. I mean, I rebooted twice.
All right. Well, I'm live.
I know.
So watch me. All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, all right, bye.
Is that Bimbo?
Yes. She's so funny. She couldn't get on. She's having problems, but Chris and her have a date tomorrow morning. He's going to troubleshoot her computer.
Oh, good.
So, yeah. So that'll be good.
That's good. So what was this? Leanne said comment. What comment is really inappropriate? Dead animals. Wait. Let me go back. Oh, leftovers are the best. Oh my god.
Not animals, just food. Leftover
Leftovers.
food. Welcome to another episode of Monster Chiller Horror Theater. Oh. Where we talk about leftover cats. Oh no. Leanne Ferguson says that comment seems really inappropriate given the context. Bad timing. Do you think, Leanne? I miss Leanne. I really do miss you, girl. I'm glad you showed up today. So let's see what else Big Al has going on. He was known for his timeless words of wisdom, including life is hard, but it's harder if you're stupid, and don't be a jackass. My old roommate, they're old, all right, but my former roommates like that was a term of endearment in our house. Is they called you, "Hey, jackass." And my roommate was from Jersey, the main head of the commune, as we called it, because there were 5 of us living there, and then when how many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys and me, and then Chris moved in about a month before we got married,
Mhm.
and he was standing in the kitchen, and he had been moved in, and one of the roommates comes in, and he looks at Chris, he goes, they were talking about something, he goes, "Yeah, you jackass." And you could see at first he was like, because Chris is so tall and big, at first you could tell he had shocked himself by saying that because it's something we said all the time. But
Mhm.
yeah, I was like, okay, you're in. They love you. Like, if you're being called a jackass, that's all love. Oh my gosh.
Aw.
Don't be a jackass. Yeah, he had a lifelong menage a trois with his homemade chili and gas sex. He had a great fondness for sardines on crackers, stuffed cabbage, which he lovingly called hunky hand grenades, and making turtle soup and eating BLTs. And his famous holiday eggnog had enough whiskey to grow hair on your chest. Also known as a squirrel whisperer. Sorry. That made me think of that hawk that's been hunting squirrels in our backyard. Oh my gosh. Also known as the squirrel whisperer, he communicated with the local red tailed squirrels and fed them peanuts out of his hand. He took pride in his time served in the Navy on the USS San Marcos during Korean War, often waxing nostalgia that the worst meal he had ever eaten was shit on a shingle, cream chip beef on toast. If you've never had it, I love it. I actually made that a couple months ago out of nostalgia because it was something my dad would make. And we always, as kids, we would just go, TD, we're having shit on a shingle. Yeah. His mantra of every girl in the port often led to a fight in every port. With his stink eye towards organized religion, Big Al was more spiritual than religious and enjoyed reading the Bible before bed each night and watching church on TV every Sunday morning. What he lacked in stature, he compensated with an overabundance of charisma, charm, and feistiness. I bet. Big Al took fashion advice from no one. With his trademark white V-neck t-shirt strategically coiffed comb over, his comfort far his comfort far outweighed any interest in the latest fashion trends. He was well stocked with white shoe polish to keep his tennis shoes looking pristine for prime rib dinners at Longhorn Steakhouse. In the last few years, Big Al's short-term memory loss was getting the best of him. On the day before his 81st birthday, he had a stroke. And that was a turning point of decline. His devout feistiness and stubbornness had served him well throughout his life. And even in his waning months, he was a model of strong will and sheer determination, right up until the end of his journey here on earth. He will be greatly missed and fondly remembered by many friends, neighbors, nieces, nephews, and bunheads. Oh, wow.
Wow.
What an obituary. See, they should be professional obituary writers. There's got to be a job out there for that.
I'm sure there is.
There should be. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure.
There should be. Dan says, we got black squirrels here. They always run in the street. And I mean, don't mess around with them bad boys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
oh, well. Sorry, I just scared you on to me.
What was that?
That was my weird yawn. Ah,
Your weird yawn.
yeah, I just You ever yawn and then when you're yawning, you can't hear anything? Like I stretch and yawn, I can't hear anything being said.
Really?
It's just, I don't know. My brain blocks it out. I don't know.
That's funny. That is funny.
God, I wear a bun to work every day. I don't think it's the same thing, but you know.
Wow.
Oh, oops, I was on top of the chat.
All right. Ready for the next obituary? This guy is sadly was kind of young. He was 67. I guess he yeah.
Oh, he passed at 67. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's young. But he had pancreatic cancer, so
No.
yeah. So but it says here that that's not what killed him. He was an Irishman who died from stubbornness and whiskey. So that's always fun. He died at age 67 after trying to box his bikini clad hospice nurse
What the fudge?
just moments earlier. What kind of hospice is this?
Oh.
That's where I want to be.
Oh.
Ladies' man, game slayer, and outlaw, Connors told his last inappropriate joke on Friday, December 9th, 2016, that which cannot be printed here.
Now I want to hear it.
Anyone else fighting ALS and stage 4 pancreatic cancer would have gone quietly into the night, but Connors was stark naked drinking Veuve Clicquot in a house full of friends and family as Al Green played from the speakers. Good choice. The way he died is just like he lived. He wrote his own rules, he fought authority, and he paved his own way. And if you said he couldn't do it, he would make sure that he could. Most people thought he was crazy for swimming in the ocean in January, for being a skinny Irish Golden Gloves boxer from Quincy, Mass, for dressing up as a priest and then proceeding to get into a fight at a Jewish deli. Wow. Many gawked at the start of his career on Wall Street without a financial background, but instead with an intelligent, impish smile, love for the spoken word, irreverent sense of humor, and stunning blue eyes that could make anyone fall in love with him. As much as people knew hanging out with him would end in a night in jail or a killer screwdriver hangover, he was the type of man that would drive 16 hours at the drop of a dime to come see. Or that people would drive 16 hours at a drop of a dime to come and see. He lived 1,000 years in the 67 calendar years we had him because he attacked life. He grabbed it by the lapels, kissed it, and swung it back into the dance floor. That's cute. At the age of 26, he planned to circumnavigate the world. Instead, he ended up spending 40 hours on a life raft off the coast of Panama. In 1974, he founded the Quincy Rugby Club. In his 30s, he sustained a knife wound after saving a woman from being mugged in New York City.
Wow.
He didn't slow down. At age 64, he climbed to the base camp of Mount Everest. Wow. Amazing. Throughout his life, he was an accomplished hunter and birth control device tester.
Good God.
With some failures, notably Caitlin, Chris, and Liam. Oh, their ages 11, 33, and 8. Oh my gosh.
What a big 11, 33, 8. Like, that isn't even order.
That's a spread. That is a spread. Wow. Man. He was a rare combination of someone who had love of life and a firm understanding of what was important, the simplicity of living a life with those you love. Although he threw some of the most memorable parties during the greater half of the century, he would trade it all for a night in front of the fire with his family in Maine. His acute awareness of the importance of life lived with the ones you love over any material possession, true,
Mhm.
was only handicapped by his territorial attachment to the remote control of his Sonos music. He enjoyed cross dressing, a well made fire. We got Bimbo back. Hey, Bimbo.
Hey, Bimbo.
We missed you.
Bimbo doesn't look happy.
No. And she's not talking back, so I don't know if she can hear us now.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hi.
She just has nothing to say to you, Jen.
I
Or
mean, and
me.
this is so appropriate because Chris enjoyed cross dressing, a well made fire, and mashed potatoes with lots of butter. His regrets were few, but including eating a rotisserie hot dog from an unmemorable convenience store in the summer of 1986. Wow.
That was amazing.
Absolute Vodka and Simply Orange companies are devastated by the loss of Connors. Wow, what a life well led. Good for him.
That's amazing.
Very good, very good.
I'm
Wow.
sorry that I missed most of the show.
Oh, that's okay. We missed you.
Well, and you know what I did? Um, it's probably not technical, but um, you know that I keep a hammer for my computer.
Oh, yeah. So you
So,
just knocked it a
so
couple times
no,
and.
no. All I had to do was take the hammer out of the drawer, hold it up to the camera. The computer must have seen the camera. Oh, the camera must have seen the hammer, and says, "Oh shit, she ain't playing around today."
Oh my gosh. Hello, Mr. Mark. Yes, we are not necessarily Google. Some of these I found and I've been collecting. So they weren't all necessarily Googled obituaries. Some I did to fill in a little bit of the gap here. So, Mr. Would Leanne say, this reminds me I need to really be nice to people who may be writing my obits someday. There you go. You know, I think you've earned your wings, Leanne. I don't think you have to worry about anything. So I was saying, Leanne and I go back like 3 or 4 years at this point on YouTube. I haven't seen her in a while, so it's good to see her. Hopefully, she'll be joining us for trivia more often too. Every Sunday night, 7:30. It's going to be
I
one of us will be doing trivia.
I thought that it was 8 o'clock.
7:30 on trivia on Sunday night because
Oh,
people have to go to work the next day. Bimbo. Some
uh,
people work.
I work.
I work
Yeah. See.
feeding cats. That's my new job in life.
Feeding cats. That's it. See.
Yeah, but
We're
let me tell you,
privileged.
ever since I installed this Windows 11, my
Mm-hmm.
computer has been acting funky on like everything.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. But the captain will be there tomorrow morning to work things out. Spartan Dan says,
Hopefully.
Mark just making videos, retired now, got some time, working on my apartment when possible. Yeah. Dan's all excited because it's Halloween. He's got to film all the electronic goodies in these stores, and then he has all the Christmas animatrons to do.
Yeah, because I got my little bats flying around on top of my head.
Oh,
That
those are
the,
cute.
that or else they're picking out like seeds or twigs. Oh, that is stuck in my hair.
That's right. That's right. Leanne says, of course I'll be here, except if a channel I mod for is doing a live. Good, Leanne. Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. Spartan Dan did 30 years of company work. That's over now. And you also did some caregiving, Spartan Dan. That's a tough job. So, caregiving is if you work there 5 years, it's the equivalent of 10.
Trust me,
So,
I know about caregiving. Trust me.
yeah. So does Missy, but she has the
Oh,
fun
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
She has the fun stuff.
I mean, at least, Hot Mess Missy gets to change like poopy diapers and stuff. I don't
I
get the
do
chance
not.
to do that.
I do
Huh?
not change poopy diapers.
Yeah, see,
I
no,
don't get.
okay. Oh, what you don't?
I don't know, honey. I'm recreation.
No.
I'm not a CNA. No, no,
Oh,
no, no. I don't get paid enough to change poopy diapers.
oh.
Yeah, she does the fun stuff. She does bingo and,
And
you know,
karaoke and we play,
karaoke. She gets
the
peanut butter sandwiches from her
yeah, we have
clients.
snack times and stuff. We do fun things. I do nails. We do all different
Yeah.
things. We have a lot of fun. We joke around. They think I'm nuts.
I didn't think that they would let the elderly people, play with nails. Because then it goes, and then Missy goes, Ralph, how come you have 15 nails beaten into your skull? And he can't answer. He goes,
No, 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 no. We keep sharp things away from certain people.
oh,
So,
That's right. That's right.
but I do know about caregiving. I mean, even though it was only several months, my husband had been very ill, and that short time that we had left with him was exhausting. Just
Hmm.
tending to his needs, and I was not letting anyone else do that. I wasn't putting him into a home or anything.
Yeah,
You know, I'm just taking care of my man. Until we
that's
lost
right.
him.
You were a
But it
good
was
woman.
exhausting. Thank you.
You were
But
a
were.
it was.
good woman.
I
That's
Henceforth.
was.
tough
Now I'm
to
a
go
bitch.
through.
Now I'm evil. Now I'm poking people with nails. No.
Mrs.
Ralph,
Hopkins. Oh, sorry. Mrs. Hopkins said, "What are the plans for Halloween there, Missy?"
Well, here's the thing. Last year they had all the units decorate. Each unit they had a contest, and they're not doing it this year. There's like new owners, new administration, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But we are still having our staff Halloween costume contest. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, do the residents get to vote on the best costume?
Yes, they get to vote. The residents do the voting, and then we
Excellent.
have a pumpkin contest, pumpkin decoration. So we have the resident pumpkins that we vote on, and then we have the staff pumpkins that we vote on.
Nice.
And it's not individual staff; it's each department. So
Oh, cool.
I'd rather
and
just
like
decorate my own pumpkin.
I remember that Addie Pacall said, um, the way that she decorates pumpkins.
Hmm.
Oh, she
How?
blows them up. She blows them up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds
Oh
like
my
something
god.
Addie would do.
Hey, I'm thinking of doing that. Oh, when I go, give out candy with Suzanne, and we see these little kids. They say, "Hey, kid, you want to see a magic trick?" Yeah, 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 magic. We love magic. And then I light the little M80 in the pumpkin, and
Hmm.
I'm sure that will go over good in their condo association.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Miss Hopkins, yeah, I'll show you my costume after I finish making it, but I'm not going to say what it is yet because I'm not supposed to reveal it.
Yeah.
So when it's done, I'll show you.
I went to Party City yesterday, and I get a good one. Good one. Good, good, good.
Oh, yeah? What you
I
got,
can't
Lynn?
wait. I can't
Huh?
wait.
Or is it a secret?
Oh, she's given away the secret. I don't want to hear any more about it.
No.
I'm
Oh,
upset
I
that she
told
kind of
you.
revealed what it was.
I told you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you told everybody on your live last night.
Yeah, but who really pays attention to what I say?
I could have bought a costume and it would have been cheaper, but no, I had to go and make my own.
I
That's
mean,
what
because I
Mrs.
went to
Hopkins was doing.
yeah.
I'm totally intrigued.
Because I went to Party City and it cost like $30, which
Yeah.
isn't that much.
No.
Because I do not have any sewing skills. I
Well,
I cannot sew.
well, I just spent $17 at Michael's for two things of floral wire, a round styrofoam ring, and some Rit dye. And I still spent like $14 at the thrift store on some clothing. It would have been cheaper to order it, but I want mine to be crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I need to go to the thrift store. I need some stuff. Mama needs a brand new bag. I need a bag like because I like small purses, but now that I'm filming and sometimes I want to take my tripod, I need something a little bigger.
Okay, yeah, Jen, because you've seen my little square Japanese purse.
It's called a lunchbox.
Yes, basically, but it's square Japanese.
Square. Wow, Mrs. Hopkins, I'm on the headpiece today, finally.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she's making.
It's driving me nuts. Like I've
Oh,
seen pictures
yeah.
and I have no clue. I'm totally clueless.
And you know that it's going to be wild just because, she's very talented in stuff like that.
Yes, she is very, very talented. Spartan Dan says, I made all kinds of Party City videos. I lived there almost. Big Lot, CVS, everywhere. Yeah, he's filming all the animatronic stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We were at Lowe's buying the sink, and they had some really cool animatronic stuff there at Lowe's.
Yeah, and I went up to, I see where Dan films all this stuff, and I go up to Walgreens up here. They have nothing. Nothing. They may have a skeleton with LED lights on the eyes, and that's it. Yeah, Dan's a runner around.
Run around.
Around. Yeah. Run Around Sue had nothing on Spartan Dan.
I mean, and what's messed up, Jen, is I can see the chat, but I can't leave a message. Any message I leave, I've got to go through YouTube. So I don't know what's the problem with this thing.
That's weird. Chris will take a look at it tomorrow, and if we need to go live, we can to figure it out. Not live, but backstage
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You can leave messages while you're on Restream?
No, I can't on Restream. Any message I leave, I gotta multitask over to YouTube and leave the message.
Yeah.
But the message will show up on Restream, but I can't put it out on Restream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just think my computer's haunted.
Yeah, we'll get her straightened out tomorrow.
Or maybe
Chris
I'm
will.
haunted.
I'll be sleeping. Chris will take care of her tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because that's 11 in the morning. So yeah, you'll be sound asleep.
Actually, I was awake by 11 today, I believe.
I was awake getting my tattoo.
Yes.
Oh, just should show people. I don't think you guys have seen it, have you?
No, show us your tattoo.
Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a band called the Sisters of Mercy. This is their symbol.
Oh, they did a good job.
Yeah, and this, believe it or not, was only $80.
wow.
I wouldn't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know the price of tattoos. Do you have any tattoos, Missy?
No, I do not.
Oh, yeah.
I get bored with things,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm over it now.
Yeah, because you don't want to put somebody's name on your arm and then they have to cross it out and they put another name. They cross it out, put another name, and half your arm is 6 different names.
That's true. Mr. Mark said, Windows 11, Chrome rules. I believe that because...
That's what I was thinking about, Mark. That's what I was thinking the problem is.
Yeah, you have to use Chrome and not Firefox or anything, or Foxfire, whatever, or Bing or any of that stuff. Because that was my problem with Restream.
Yeah, I mean, because I was on this afternoon, with Mad X Jim, and it worked fine. It worked fine.
Yeah. All right, we ready for the next obituary?
Oh yeah, that's what the show's about.
Yes.
Oh.
Speaking of hoarders, When this person passed away, it's believed it was caused from carrying her oxygen tank up the long flight of stairs to her bedroom that made her heart give out. These obituaries kill me. She left behind a hell of a lot of stuff to her daughter and sons who have no idea what to do with it. So, if you're looking for two extremely large TVs from the 90s, a large ceramic stork, we think, umbrella cane stand, a toaster oven slightly used, or even a 2001 Oldsmobile with a spoiler, she loved putting the pedal to the metal. With only 71,000 kilometers and 1,000 tools that we're not sure what they're used for, you should wait the appropriate amount of time and get in touch. Tomorrow would be fine. Dang. This is not an ad for a pawn shop, but an obituary for a great woman, mother, grandmother, and great grandmother, born in Toronto. Oh, a Canadian. That explains a lot. She lives behind a very dysfunctional family that she was very proud of. Yeah, you gotta have pride in your dysfunctional family. Uh, Pat was world renowned for her lack of patience, not holding back her opinion, and a knack for telling it like it is. She and Al would have made a great couple. She always told you the truth, even if it wasn't what you wanted to hear. It was a school of hard knocks, and yes, we were told many times how she had to walk for miles in a blister to get to school, so suck it up. With that said, she was genuine to a fault, a pussycat at heart, or a lion, and yet she sugarcoated nothing. Her extensive vocabulary was more than highly proficient at knowing more curse words than most people learned in a lifetime. She liked four-letter words as much as she loved her rock garden, and trust us, she loved to weed that garden with us as her helpers. When child labor was legal, or so we were told, these words of encouragement, wisdom, and sometimes comfort kept us in line, taught us the school of hard knocks, and gave us something to pass down to our children. Everyone knew where you stood with her. She liked you or she didn't. It was black or white. As her children, we were trying to figure out which one it was for us. We know she loved us. She was a master cook in the kitchen. She believed in overcooking everything until it chewed like rubber so you could never get sick because all the germs would be nuked. Freezing germs also worked. So by Friday, out school sandwiches were hard and chewy, but totally germ free. All four of us learned to use a napkin. You would pretend to cough, spit the food into it, and thus was born the Stocks diet. If anyone would like a copy of her homemade gravy, we would suggest you don't. She'll be sorely missed and survived by her family. All who loved her dearly and will never forget her tenacity, wit, charm, grace when pertinent, and undying love and caring for them. Very, very nice. Very nice. But it sounded like she and Al, our previous obit, could have been partners. Missy says, "Sorry, I dropped my glasses when my oldest walked in the door, and they had to help me find them because I basically as blind as Thelma from Scooby Doo. Anyhow, my battery is at 15%, and I have to go pee. Be right back. Phone is plugged in. All right. And did we miss Bimbo? She's gone too. We're just losing people left and right. So that was an interesting obituary. I hadn't read these in a while, so I didn't realize how much like Al's that one was. That's pretty funny. And we're almost done here. I think we have two or three more. Okay, so this obituary I happened to look up because I have an art piece and it's a skeleton that's kind of built and it has a round eyeball that's carved. And the artist who did this, if you've ever watched, uh, Scorsese did a blues documentary, and it was a multi-part series, and it had a couple from Atlanta who filmed a great blues player. I forget his name. Sorry about that. But all of the footage that they used in Scorsese's documentary about this gentleman was mainly from Steve and Ronan Seberg. And so they were pretty popular in the art scene around Atlanta. They were known for doing kind of performance art, poetry, acrobats, and being naked. So, and all at once. So, yeah. So they were a very interesting couple. They're dropping like flies, and we better get off to the obituary stuff. Yeah, no. Bimbo is resurrected. So I haven't mentioned a lot of people's names, but I will mention Ronig because they were like fairly famous around Atlanta and authors and that type of thing. So let's start. And the author of this was Brian Fegans. So Ronan Seberg obituary. Ronan Seberg, entertained, inspired with poetry and free spirit. She wrote poetry as if it should be recited upside down, sideways, or better yet, suspended above a man playing a saxophone. And thanks to her, it was. Mrs. Seberg would read from tiny books while that sax player, husband Steve Seberg, lifted, bent, or just plain contorted her. Sometimes they performed clothed, other times not. Well into their 70s, they were poetry in motion. And this is true. In their 70s, they were performing acrobatic poetry while naked. And I don't know how they got by obscenity rules. I guess they were so old that the city of Atlanta just didn't want to arrest them. I don't get it because I think they were doing this even right when the Eagles Club here in Atlanta, I know that made national news. There was a gay club here in Atlanta that got raided one time, and they actually countersued and won a huge civil rights lawsuit against the city of Atlanta. But somehow Steve and Ronan and they had another partner who was much younger. Oh, not only, Leanne, were they nudist poets, they also did acrobatic stuff while doing the nude poetry. And Steve would sometimes play sax. So yeah, they were very talented and very busy.
That's
One,
a hell of a combination of stuff.
who would have thought it? I mean, Anne Magnuson probably looked at them and thought, I never would have thought of that. Never would have thought of that.
And does everybody know who Anne Magnuson is? Probably not. Jen, why don't you tell people who she was?
The only thing I know, she did some other acting. I think she's been on Saturday Night Live, but she's
Yeah,
known around New York as a performance artist.
yeah,
She
yeah,
does a lot of things similar, like crazy
yeah,
stuff. She's a performance artist.
yeah. I mean, because yeah, she's actually been been interviewed on like lots of people's shows. Like Howard Stern always had her on.
Mm-hmm. And I've mentioned the show Vandemonium Plus.
Oh,
It's actually on YouTube.
everybody needs to see that.
Everybody needs to see it. It is so crazy. It's only a half hour long. Uh, uh, I'm trying to pull it up here now. Hold on.
And so Spartan Dan says, I get a poem put in a book, but uh,
Yeah, when
not
you're
Nate.
bored,
Yeah.
you're gonna love this. She played who? She did Stevie Nicks. She
Yeah.
did who else
I
did she do
forget.
in this show?
I forget because I've only seen it the one time you showed me the link, but it was
She did
work.
Judy Tenuta, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Judy, Judy Tenuta.
Yeah, it
Oh.
wasn't overt, but you knew it was kind of like Judy Tenuta. And then she had her talking bong. And Meatloaf is in this, so you
Yeah.
must
Yes.
see.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Meatloaf was her old man. Ding ding.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because they're riding a bike, and then she ends up going through like some kind of time warp.
yeah, because remember in the 80s, those vans that had the murals on the side, she went flying off the bike and into the
And
mural. And then,
yeah, she got sucked into the mural on the van.
yeah, and I believe she wrote and did all this stuff. And then she was also in a band called Vulcan Death Grip. Yeah, she's so multi talented. She's amazing.
Yes, and that is a real band.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So, let's see. I need to see what Dan wrote. I got a poem put in a book, but not naked. He said it was a poem that he wrote when his wife passed of cancer in 2000.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's
Dan, sorry
sweet,
to hear that.
Dan.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
That's
I
very
mean, because
sweet.
I had some short stories put into like sci-fi magazines, but the robots. Oh, they weren't nude. Oh,
No.
they made the robots wear pants.
Yeah.
They were metallic pants, but still,
What's
you
on
can't
my
have naked.
head?
Yeah, you can't have naked robots running around.
Dan wants to know what's on my head. Bimbo gave me these iridescent cat ears. That's what I have on my head. So that's why she doesn't wear hers anymore. And I feel
No,
bad.
I've got another pair. That's why I was able to give those away.
Ah, how generous of you.
Yeah, honey, sorry, it's not one of a kind.
Oh, I did get your Halloween card today, by the way.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, good.
Thank you very much. Yes, I've been ready for Halloween all year. See?
Well, it's like I truly and firmly believe that I never call this month October. I call the month Halloween.
That's right. That's right.
Halloween's the best
Yeah.
holiday.
All right. So is that Mrs. Hopkins back again? I
Mrs.
heard.
Hopkins?
No, that's
I mean,
no,
Missy.
that's not Miss.
I'm Mrs. Hopkins. Wow, that is awesome.
Sorry.
Loving the weather here in Arizona.
I always confuse you two because, I never should have watched that karaoke of you two.
We're twins, so I can see where you can
That's my
confuse.
problem.
Because we're both so awesome.
Yeah. And I've been doing that though since I watched that karaoke. So
What
that's the problem.
karaoke? I didn't. What?
Missy and Missy and Mrs. Hopkins did
I,
karaoke.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And
Live.
okay. So what? You went out to Arizona to do karaoke?
Oh no, this is back when I was traveling in the RV,
Oh,
and I was staying in Mrs. Hopkins' town for a month. And just what
oh.
happened, I could walk to her house. It wasn't like we just found. We purposely went to her town, but we didn't realize we were so close to where she lived.
She lives in a frickin' desert.
Yeah, and it's huge, but we managed to be so close that we could walk to each other. It was
Okay,
awesome.
okay. Well, did you go and did you see the London Bridge?
We weren't in London. We're in
No,
Arizona.
no, but the London Bridge is in Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
I don't know. We thought we weren't there. We saw the Christmas parade and we went to thrift stores and we went to flea markets and we went out to eat and we tried cauliflower pizza crust and it was awesome. We had a great time. And
Oh
I
no.
yeah, great. And then I had to go. We
Am
had to
I
go to a
gone?
festival.
Did
No.
I leave? I'm here.
Whose
Hi.
channel do you need, Leanne?
I'm trying to put Spartan Dan's link down there.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's go on with naked acrobatic poetry reading. Once at the Red Light Cafe, Mr. Seberg recalled someone shouted, "She writes better poetry upside down than we do on our feet." With her husband of nearly 50 years, Mrs. Seberg created a new art form, acrobatic poetry. It was the physical expression of a life that twisted around the globe, relied on strong family support, and always broke conventions. Mrs. Seberg, 75, who had undergone treatment for breast cancer, died of cardiac arrest. In Atlanta's West End, where she and her husband reared three children. Born in Sweden, Mrs. Seberg earned degrees in literature and religion from her University of Uppsala. She met her Chicago born husband while he was visiting relatives in her native country. The couple moved to Spain, wed in Morocco, and vowed to live a life as artists in America. They
Cool.
moved to Atlanta in 1970 after adopting a girl and a boy who were part African American. They decided they should grow up in a place that had equality of the races, said Mr. Seberg in 77. Atlanta was a place where African Americans had gained political power. The white couple moved to the largely black West End neighborhood. Mr. Seberg taught humanities at Clark College, now Clark Atlanta University. Mrs. Seberg wrote poetry focused on the kids, which soon included another adopted daughter and several foster children. Mrs. Seberg embraced the community with folks at the corner Kroger to the wild mint leaves she harvested to make tea. Said daughter Selena Seberg Sargent, artists from around the country and around the block sought creative nourishment in the household. But it was far from some lawless hippie retreat. Mrs. Seberg Sargent said dinner was always served at 5:30 and the children found that their mother's love of free expression did not always include southern slang. Here's mom with her Swedish accent and dad being from Chicago, Miss Seberg Sargent said, and we'd come home going, "What's up? How y'all doing?" And they would cringe. Mrs. Seberg penned five novels in Swedish and held a series of writing positions, including one with the Georgia Council for the Arts that led her around the state teaching poetry. She and her husband, a visual artist, were a team supporting each other as they pursued their passions. Then in 96, they found a way to express themselves together. Mrs. Seberg was among 20 poets reading their work from the rooftops along Euclid Avenue as part of an event timed with the Olympics. Now, Euclid Avenue is part of the Little Five Points community, and that's kind of like new age, kind of hippie, a lot of tattoos, and you know, it was the
I
first place where a lot of hippies were heavily tattooed and had a lot of piercings and
and I
colored
think you
hair.
mentioned that when I was there and we were driving around. I think you mentioned that.
Yes, yes. So that's where I got my nickname, Sweaty Chick. And my former roommate, one of my former roommates, still calls me. He'll call me up and he goes, "What's happening, Sweaty Chick?" So, yeah, because some guy on the street said, "Hey, Sweaty Chick," and it stuck. So, oh, really? That's weird, Leanne. I'll have to to get Dan's link, but it is under Spartan Dan. He's easy to find. Just look for the monsters and Afro Man and Dino Man with the chicken on his head, turkey on his head.
Chicken
So,
drum, chicken head.
chicken head, chicken head. Mrs. Seberg was among the about 20, yeah, Euclid Avenue. So Mr. Seberg, a gymnast in college, grew bored and hoisted his wife onto his back. It felt good for both of them. Soon they were performing at coffee houses, galleries, and theaters from Euclid to Europe. Mrs. Seberg shortened her poems so as not to cripple her husband, who holds one poetic pose for each verse. Wow. It was something that could expose both of their love for art, Ms. Seberg's sergeant said. The whole visual, the poetry, and the nakedness. Oh, it was interesting. They helped form Atlanta Naked People, a group of new performance artists, and they were easily the oldest members. Mrs. Seberg brought wit and wonder to the even darkest subjects, her husband said, and she never shied away from depth. Her last performance at the Contemporary in July included the poems War, Riot, and Dance of the Paper Dolls, in which she and her husband crumpled up together in the end. 2 days before her death, Mrs. Seberg wrote her final poem, Old Age. Mr. Seberg plans to perform it in the memorial next month. It'll be his first without her. So, yeah, that was interesting. They had an interesting life.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So, and now, drum roll for our final. Now, this was the most bizarre obituary I think I've ever read. And
Okay, Jen, but can I just say something?
oh,
That I'm always willing to help. If you ever need a hand, I'll give you a hand. All right, go on. I waited all day to say that corny joke.
oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, and it wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be.
All right, Boney.
Boney M.
Boney
Rasputin.
M. Do we have any moderators here that can put Spartan Dan's link in? Spartan Dan, Spartan Dan.
I am, but I can't get into Restream.
Really?
I can maybe do it from YouTube, and then it'll show up on Restream.
I can't do it because I'm a third-rate visitor.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to my thing now. So, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, hopefully I'm not getting any echo there.
And Mrs. Hopkins posted it.
Oh, there we go. How do I mute? Oh, sorry.
So we had a puppet lady come into work last night. She comes in and she sings with her puppets. And it's really cute. And I asked her, come think about the obituary you just wrote. I asked her, how often do you do this? And she says 3 to 4 shows a day, 7 days a week. She travels all over the country. She used to travel outside of the States before COVID. Her husband manages, like he does all the marketing and
I'll
he
be
does all
right
the
back.
editing.
Carry on.
It was just like, wow, I'm in the wrong business. I need a shtick,
Yeah, really.
This way I could travel around and visit everybody.
Okay, well, what kind of puppets would you have?
Well, it wouldn't be puppets. That's her thing. That's her shtick. I would have to do something else. I don't know. Armpit farts. I don't know. I don't know what kind of skills I have.
Why don't you try, with how, with October 31st coming up, why don't you try blowing up pumpkins and see how good you are at that?
Oh, am I working that day? Is that a Friday?
I don't know.
What'd you say? October what?
31st.
31st.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Halloween day.
Tuesday. Oh, that's Tuesday. Now I'm
Yeah,
working.
you could blow up a pumpkin in like the for like the
Like shove
for
an
like the
oxygen
lunchtime
tank.
crowd.
I could
Yeah,
shove an
for the
oxygen
lunch.
tank in the pumpkin and then light it up. I think I would lose my job and go to jail. Okay, I think that's what happened.
But as long as it's getting filmed and it's on YouTube, it could be worth it.
No, I don't think so. I think it costs more lawyers than what I could get on YouTube.
All
So
right.
probably blow up my phone too while I'm at it. The old footage would go poof.
Okay, so we figured out what Hot Mess Missy is gonna do on Halloween Day at her facility,
Uh-huh. What?
and it was my idea, and I think it's a good one.
Hmm.
Um, to entertain everybody during their lunch break, just she's gonna put an oxygen tube in a pumpkin and blow it up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear God.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That's so messed up.
No, no, no.
Yeah, my dad one year got clear plastic tubing and he wrapped himself as a mummy with his plastic tubing out
Jesus.
and around, and he put a pump in there and some jello like fluid. And like all the kids all night long, all they wanted to do was pump his little thing to see blood run in the
Oh my
tubes through
God.
his little mummy outfit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is awesome. I could decorate the pumpkin like that.
Ah, I mean, he always won first place at the Halloween costumes. The year he came as a pimp with his hoe Tamika, that was like way over the top. Way over
Mm.
the top. So the he actually took a garden hoe and glued string on it to make it look like hair and two little pink balloons tied around the handle of the hoe to make them look like breast.
Oh my God.
It was really bad. It was bad. He
See,
was,
and Mrs. Hopkins is wise because she took my idea and she's gonna make a pumpkin volcano.
there you go. There you go. That would. Oh yeah, Dad was creative. One year he went when I think Bush, the first Bush, George was running for president, and he wanted to get like a vote for me, and he went and got all these vines, ivy out of the woods, and he wrapped them around his body, and he was, Bush, vote for me, right? And then they were covered in ants, totally covered. So he got stung all over his body trying to wrap that ivy around.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he was a nut. Oh, and one year he gave me, he's like, we need to go to the thrift store. And we found these, he's like, this is what I need. And he got these little football pants. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just dye them yellow for me. I'm like, okay. So he got me the dye that he wanted. I dye him yellow. He came as Quasimodo, but he had a football outfit on with the helmet. And he had a shirt custom made that said Quasimodo on the back of it. And he
Yeah.
had his little hunchback.
That
That was cute. That was cute.
is.
He always had the best costumes. I miss him. He was so fun. So I don't know where I get my bizarreness from. But anyway, here, here is. He would have had so much fun on YouTube. In fact, he's like, I want to make some short movies. And I didn't know what to tell him to do. I wish I had known. It would have been fun to have those movies on YouTube. Whatever he had planned, little skits. So, this one is pretty darn macabre.
All right.
And
Oh, you got my attention.
it's a short one. It's macabre and it's just bizarre. So this, when did this young lady die? She
Oh wait,
died.
oh wait, oh wait, and Jen, you got to see what Leanne said. Oh, she said that that was the name of her first car was called Hunchback instead of a hatchback. Oh, okay.
That's great, Leanne.
And then what would have been cool is like every once in a while you move the hump from the left side to the right side and see if anybody notices.
Just like in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off.
All right, go sleep, go eat, whatever you're gonna
Thanks,
do. Play with the
Jen.
dog. Thanks for coming on,
Oh,
Missy.
thank you. Bye,
Love
Bimbo. Bye,
you.
Jen. Bye, everybody.
See you
Bye.
Love
later.
you.
Bye.
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 Blow up that pumpkin. Oh, think about that. Blow up that pumpkin.
Okay, I'll
Um,
think about that if I want to go to jail or not or whatever and kill people that I love. So, okay.
and if anyone says, "Hey, did you hear about Missy blowing a pumpkin?" Everybody's going to be like, "Oh, of course Missy blew a pumpkin." Oh, blew up a pumpkin. Oh,
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
he wants
Yeah.
me to blow up a pumpkin in the nursing home. I mean, sorry, Bimbo wants me to blow up the pumpkin. She wants me to blow up the pumpkin.
She's going to have weird dreams now.
I don't know why I had Spartan Dan in my brain, but Bimbo wants me.
If you thought you
Sorry,
couldn't
Dan.
sleep last night, Missy, wait till
I need
tonight.
sleep. I'm telling you. I'm like, I got like too many thoughts going on in my brain right now. All right.
Go to
Good
bed. Good
night.
night. Love you.
I love you. Bye.
Thanks. That's funny. Okay, so this one. This is very bizarre. When did this obituary was published in 1878. And this is why it really kind of took me by surprise. It really, really did. Now it's going to give me a hard time. All right, let me get back to it. Open the original. All right. A sad marriage was. Now, this is an obituary. Remember, this is an obituary. A sad marriage was witnessed at the residence of this person in this town on Monday night of last week. Such a marriage seldom occurring. Mrs. So and so had been ill for some time, and all hope of her recovery being given up. She sent word to her betrothed, Mr. So and so, and desired that the marriage be consummated. Wow. Wow. The necessary license being produced, Reverend Pittner was called to perform the solemn and impressive ceremonies, made doubly so under the circumstances. The spirit of the bride departed during the night to the God who gave it, leaving a host of devoted friends. The scene was indeed a sad one and will long be kept, giving in the memory of all who witness it. Right? I mean, imagine. Like, I can't believe that they're talking about such things in 1878. I told you that was just a
Yeah.
weird time in history, though, right? Because I was saying, Bimbo, before you came on, the 1800s, like that was the water cures and the snake oils
Yeah.
and spiritualism and all these weird religions came
Oh,
about.
and you know what obituary I would have loved to have read from that same time is like the Donner Party obituary. You know, the Donners in California.
Party of eight.
Yeah.
Spartan Dan said, I thought you said constipated. Yeah, constipated versus consummated. Her marriage was constipated. Raspberry iced tea, Dan. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Leanne says, I've seen a lot of weird articles from around that time doing my family tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, oh yeah, see, and now I think that's cool that you can actually go back and do your family tree, because my family comes from Russia and the Ukraine, and their record keeping was not the greatest.
No, no.
Oh, you know, so
Well, they were too busy trying to conquer and take over the world too many times, you know.
yeah, yeah.
They'd focused on record keeping. Now, this is something I did not know until tonight. There are a lot of, I usually use a lot of Google Books, Leanne. Do you ever look there? Like, just type in a name of a relative you want to know about in Google Books and see if anything comes up in that town or that city. It's pretty interesting. You can find a lot of stuff, but what I was running into is a lot of the books were not yet available for free on Google Books because it hadn't been 100 years. And but where I found them was archive.org.
Yes, that's a good site. That's a good
Yeah,
site.
that's where I've been getting my posts from my community page. But I did not realize that books I couldn't get my hands on in Google with supposed family, um, poorly done, probably family trees and books written about family. Uh, I can't get on Google Books, but yeah, I can get them on archive.org. So have
And you
you
know
run
what else
into?
is cool about archive.org, Jen, and everybody? Um, you can get so much music on archive, but it's all live stuff, because a lot of bands, they actually are, you know, really, really, grateful that, that people put, their live shows on archive.org.
Yeah. Now, the only thing, like when I use archive.org for my community post, any graphics that I've used, I make sure that they're over 100 years old.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
because like the statute of limitations.
Right, right.
Is it a statue or a statute? I thought it was a statute of limitations. I wonder
It's
what that statue would look like.
how's that? Is that good? Does that leave an impression?
Yeah, I was impressed.
You almost made me spew my water. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Uh,
It's
uh, okay, yeah. So Leanne must know the channel, because she says yeah that she likes that website.
oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. So Leanne, so this is Bimbo, Barbarella music program that's on my panel now. We do it's Bimbo, myself, Mrs. Hopkins, Addie Pickall. Uh, sometimes it's different people. We do. She hosts a rock show usually every couple of weeks. Now we're only going to have one show in November, but on the 27th of November, we're going to do on Bimbo's channel. We're going to do Alice Cooper as part of our Halloween
Spook
spooktacular.
spooktacular.
Spooktacular. So, oh yeah, Old Fulton postcards is really good too, Addie. I like them as well. The so we are Mark Kropka. He does Mark Kropka Pirate Radio. He does. Can you put his link in there, Mrs. Hopkins or Addie, if you're available? And Bimbo's link in, please. if you could help me with that, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, there, because I put my link in there. I put a link to get to my page.
Oh, okay. I tried to a minute ago and I couldn't. I almost knocked myself out of Restream,
Yeah.
but because I'm like that. Okay, there's Bimbos, and so she does. We're going to do Alice Cooper now. Next week, I also do a movie review thing from free movies on YouTube, and Bimbo and myself, Mrs. Hopkins, Mark Kropka, we pick a few movies every month and we review them. We watch them, and then we come on and review them. And we'll be doing that next Friday at 8 p.m. Yeah. Let's see, every Sunday I'm doing trivia at 7:30. The next Friday at 8 p.m. On my channel, we'll do movies worth watching, free movies worth watching. And then Saturday night at 8 o'clock, this is kind of a one off doing a Saturday show for either of us, is Bimbo's going to do funny tombstones.
That are
There's,
real. Real ones.
yeah, these are real ones. So just like my obits. And then uh, what's after that? Then my trivia. And then we're doing Alice Cooper on the 27th.
And then there'll just be one thing in November because a lot of people have family obligations in, like the end of, November and,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, I may do. Everybody, let me know if you want me to skip movies worth seeing. Um, uh, I could do it on Saturday, the 18th of next month. But think about that. If you want to do, hey, Benny Loco, how's it going, girl?
Oh, good Lord, look who it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Benny, you want to come up? You want a link? Let me know.
Yeah, come
Um,
on up, Benny. Haven't talked to you in a while. Pumpkinhead, come on.
I know. I have never been on a stream with Benny.
Oh, I have. She's been on my program
I
many times.
know. I know
Oh.
she's been on yours. She's never been on mine.
Well, that's because she likes me better.
That's right. But but think about that. If you want to do have obligations on the morning on the 18th, but if you want to do Bimbo's show on the 17th of November and then the movie show on the 18th, I can do that. I can do that.
Okay,
So,
so Miss Benny has a migraine. Yeah, okay, so listening to Easy Street with Jen is, not a doctor approved cure for a migraine.
unfortunately, I think Benny suffers with those quite a
Yeah, oh
bit.
yeah, she does. Yeah, she
I'm
does.
sorry, Benny. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Benny. So, yeah. So, but yeah, that's it with the funny obits, though, for the night.
Well, Jen, this was a good idea because this was your idea.
Yes, I actually had a good idea for a change. Doesn't happen often. But like I said, I'd been saving these up for like the last year and a half or so. And it was a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah, see, because I save a lot of stuff too. If you guys want proof of, oh, she's talking about my College of Rock knowledge. I save um, every episode that we do in like the pics.
Mhm.
That way I can go back and somebody say, oh, that's wrong, and I say, oh, let me check the facts here. No, you're in error. Meet Mr. Hammer.
Hey, Leanne, you're going to love this. If you come to trivia tomorrow night at 7:30, I'm redoing those old trivia questions. So you might win the game.
And so what does the winner get, Jen?
Uh, a vacation with paid for by Monkey Man himself, Carlos Martinez. From
See now, I would have thought that you won a washer and dryer chosen especially for you. And you know how they used to say that on like the game show, chosen especially for you. How the hell do you know what kind of washer and dryer I want, Bob?
well, back then they only had one kind.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
probably.
I mean, remember they only
Yeah,
had top
yeah,
loaders for us, and
yeah.
all the front loaders were
And
reserved
remember,
for.
and remember when they had Oreos, and that was it. That's all you needed. Now you go into the grocery store, and there's like 40 different kinds of Oreos. I don't need that pressure.
That's what I was talking about with my nephew. We were talking about, I said, when I was a kid, you had a half an aisle of cereal.
Yeah.
And the aisles were only like three shelves. Now they're what, four or five, four or
And
five
you had
shelves high.
and you had good cereal. You had Cheerios, Special K, and then around Halloween you had Frankenberry and Boo Berry and Count Chocula
Yeah,
and
Kicks.
Fruit Fruit.
Do they even
Yeah.
have Kicks anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know because Cat Daddy only eats Raisin Bran. I mean, because I could give him, like Honey Nuts and O's, and his dementia, he wouldn't know the difference.
No, but he likes cold peas and milk with ketchup in the morning.
And that is true. Okay, because I posted that picture. That is true. That is true. Because,
Except for the milk. He doesn't put his
huh?
canned peas in milk.
No, no. I mean, putting a can of cold peas in ketchup is bad enough.
Yeah.
And so Benny says that she remembers when banks gave you dishes or a countertop appliance for opening an account. Yeah, I mean because at one time I think I had like 30 toaster ovens.
One from each bank, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, I did used to collect the S&H green stamps.
Yes, so did I. So did I.
And when they announced, what was the last thing you ever bought from S&H green stamps? Does anyone
I actually
remember?
do know. I actually do know.
I know what I did.
I know what I did. Oh, because I had a shitload of them, and I actually got a canoe.
Really?
And let me tell you, it was such poorly made that I think it lasted, like 3 trips in the water before my foot went through it, and it sank, like the baby Titanic. But at
Wow.
least I had some wood to hang on to, so that was
She said
good.
would.
Oh, wood.
Wow. Anyone
Okay,
else
so
remember their last S&H green stamp? I got a hand massager.
yeah, and you know what they're called now? They're called dildos. But back then they were hand massagers.
That's what that little nubby thing was for. It was one of those old, like, seven. You okay?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, no, the nubby is added for your extra pleasure.
That's right. But it was one of those handheld. It looked like almost like one of those flatter blow dryers because it had the little. It was only, I don't know, maybe a foot long, and it had the handle, and it was that '70s orange. It was so funny, and then it had all these discs you could change up on the massager. Yes,
It's still it's still a glorified dildo.
that's right. Good night, Dan. Give Sherbert some kisses for me. Dan
And so
also
Leanne
has
says,
a
eh, anyway,
I was
But
going to say, Dan also has a hamster named Sherbert.
oh, okay.
He's the star of the show a lot of nights.
And so Leanne said that's funny because she was thinking what I had in my head. And yeah, yeah. I mean, because you can buy those things in like legitimate magazines now. They're called body massagers. They look awful similar to things we used back in the, you know, earlier days.
Well, now they have so many different variations. They have the big sticks that almost look like a cane, and they have like a hook, and you can get them in your back and get them going good. And but they're not mechanical. It's all manual. And then have you been in the chair, the giant chair that you put your legs in these slots and your feet in, and your whole body? You feel like you're on an electric chair.
It
And
okay. I thought that was a gynecologist office.
no, no, no.
Oh,
Those,
I don't know because I've had my legs in a chair and that's what it
that
was.
these are chairs you sit in. In the kind of office, there is no chair except in the waiting room.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I was mistaken.
Oh, gosh. And I swear, every now that you mention it, every time I want to know, because there are a lot of ladies here right now, who all gets cramps when they tell you to get to the edge of the table? Do you get
What?
cramps? I get leg cramps like immediately.
No. Uh-uh.
Immediately.
No.
Yeah. Well, you gotta get your legs in the stirrup, and you're on like an
Yeah.
exam
Yeah.
table,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But the lower part where your legs would, like, if you were sitting on it and your legs would fall down because you're sitting, like, that's a gyno chair. They don't have a long thing for your legs to hang out on. But they
Oh,
do,
okay.
they have like these stirrups. And you
Yeah.
put your
Yeah.
legs in the stirrup thingies.
Yeah. That's from like the 80s.
No, they still do that. And they tell you to
Oh.
get all the way down to the edge of the
Uh,
table. All right, Benny.
okay, Benny. Okay. Well, thanks for dropping in, dear.
Tell Rand we said hi. And
And so Mrs. Hopkins said, "Oh, that some look like curling irons with the booty bead looking things. Best to never
the
confuse them."
booty
Yeah,
beads.
yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, best to never confuse those. That's why my hair looked like shit this morning. Shit.
Oh, the beauty beads.
Yeah, I tried curling my hair in beauty beads.
Uh, all right, guys. Well, I have had a long day because every morning, I didn't have to get up my usual 6 o'clock to feed the animals on like days there's no nurses for cat daddy coming over. I can sleep. But I was up at 6:30. That's because I knew that I had to get this tattoo done and all this, and so
Anticipation.
yeah. And then I guess I was napping this afternoon, Jen, when you called,
Hmm.
because Al said, somebody called for you. I says, who? I don't know, some girl. I don't know. I
I
says,
told him
what's
it was me. I didn't
I
even ask for you. I didn't call for you.
oh. Oh, okay, Al, and I says, oh, okay, well, what's the number? He says, I don't remember. I says, look on call waiting. Well, how do you do that? I said, oh, Jesus Christ. I said, was it 770? He says, I don't know. What number do we have? You know,
Oh.
I just wanted to hit myself on the head with a hammer and go back to sleep.
No, he asked me, he's like, do you want to speak with her? And I was like, no, I just called to say hi to you and wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah, and that was a nice shirt you got him.
Oh, did he get a chuckle out of it?
Yeah, yeah, he did. He actually did think it was funny.
That's good.
Because I'm always on him because like he'll run late and not care.
Yeah. So Bimble's partner has Alzheimer's. So it's
Dementia.
tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
dementia.
dementia, and he just finished a round of chemotherapy or radiation.
Radiation,
And
yeah.
it was so hard to get him to his appointments. And a lot of times he complains, he gets there late. And so I got him a shirt that says, "Sorry I'm late. I got here when I wanted to." So he can read that from now on.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Addie. Oh, and
Yes,
did you
Miss
go check
Papa.
out Jennifer Masumba's music? Jen Masumba music, Jennifer Masumba music. Anyway, she writes cute little songs that I like. But yeah. So
Oh, okay, yes, Miss Pickle. And remember, oh, that Easy Street's having her trivia
tomorrow night, manana,
tomorrow at
manana.
what, 8 o'clock?
That's the only one I do at 7:30.
Oh,
And only because it's Sunday night and some people have
well,
to go to
see,
work.
yeah, see, and now I've got trouble with clocks because none of my clocks have, like minute hands.
I'm gonna clock you one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, I'll play a curly on you.
And so Leanne says that that she feels that you're narcoleptic. I'm always sleeping. And okay, and Captain Chris knows this for a fact because he was there to witness it.
That's
The
my
time that I
husband.
was up, oh, the time that I was up there visiting, I says, and I think we were gonna go out to dinner or something. I says, okay, I'm gonna lay on the couch and take a 17-minute nap. And he goes, okay, I'll wake up in 17 minutes. What time did I wake up? 17 minutes. I am so lucky in that thing is that I can almost at will go to sleep and wake up. That's
Yes.
why, because I set the alarm for 6. A lot of times I'll wake up at 5:58.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So,
Okay.
shall I go over just one more time what all is going on? Oh, I think Pirate Radio is going live tonight too.
Yeah,
Mark Kropka, Pirate
yeah,
Radio.
I'm gonna yeah, 'cause he wanted me to come up, but I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna reboot this whole thing again and see if maybe it doesn't start acting better.
Alrighty. All right. Well,
All
like
right.
I said, Chris will help you tomorrow. I will do the schedule one more time. Tomorrow night, trivia at
Yeah.
7 at my house. On the 20th of October, 8 o'clock. Free movies worth watching on my channel. And then on the 21st of October, we have Bimbo doing humorous gravestones, and they are all real. And that will also be at 8 o'clock. And then the 22nd, I'll host trivia at 7:30. And then we have the Halloween Spooktacular on the 27th.
Spooktacular. Spooktacular.
Spooktacular at that's at 8 o'clock. That's Alice Cooper. And then hopefully we're checking into a hotel that night. We should get there on time. Because I think Chris is taking the day off. Because we're going to another car show. And that car show is going to be old, like Deuce Coupes and stuff, like cars that were used for running moonshine. It's the Moonshine Festival we'll be going to.
The Moonshine
So,
Festival.
yes, it is a lot of fun. I like it just for the cars. I don't care about anything else but the cars.
And that's like my uncle Leonid, from Russia. When I was 5 years old, I swear to God, my mother would say, "Leo, don't give the baby any vodka."
That's right. No vodka for the babies. And then
Uh,
let's see, October 29th at 7:30 is trivia again. And then we're talking about the 17th of November for the next College of Music of Rock Knowledge. And that show is undetermined yet. we will have Mama B drawing out of the
Yes, Mama B
hat.
needs to pick it. Yes, Mama B needs to pick it.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, okay, because I think Mrs. Hopkins might have left, but maybe she has to, prepare Mama B.
right. And that will be the only show for November from Bimbo. I'll be doing trivia every Sunday night at 7:30. I may be doing a free movies worth watching on the 18th. That will be determined next Friday. Let it sit in everybody's mind and think about if you want to do that. Or do we want
Yeah,
to skip it all together on November?
yeah, sit and let it fester like a boil.
That's right. That's right. And then, yeah, December, you know,
Okay, yeah, because December last year we had fun shows. We had like Christmas songs in the same show. We had Christmas songs that we really like, and Christmas songs that like drive us to the point of sticking pliers in your eyes.
that's right. That's right.
So Jen, so we should probably do that again because that was good.
That was fun. So
And so
Mrs.
Mrs.
Hopkins
Hopkins said
says,
that Mama B is going to be wearing a costume.
"Oh gosh, I cannot wait. You guys are driving me nuts with what you're coming up with. I cannot wait."
Okay, because I'm actually going to wear my costume to bowling because I bowl in the league and I go out of my way to just entertain these people. And when I wasn't bowling for like 7 weeks because of Val's radiation,
Hmm.
I stopped in one day and it was like this, oh my God, Bobby, oh, we missed you, how's everything going? Oh, you're so much fun. I said, oh. Okay, yes. Oh, thanks with the accolades, but cash is always accepted too.
Buy me a beer. Buy me a beer, damn it.
No, I can't drink beer anymore.
Oh, that's right. Dang it.
Though, though, though I,
Handicap me 20 points. There you go.
though I did have. Oh, remember when I was up there? I did have that sip of the old humble whiskey.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I did have a sip, and one sip of whiskey is not going to kill me.
Yeah. I'm going to have a shot of tequila tonight, I think.
Oh, make sure that you get the worm.
No worm in this one.
Oh,
This is a handcrafted by women.
oh, so it's worm free. That's good.
Uh, it is from Mexico.
Uh,
And
well, that would make sense because that's where the agave plant grows. So that would make.
yeah, but I don't think all tequila really has agave in it.
Okay, so 265 Ohemi says I drink pre-mixed Jim Beam. Oh, in what, those little cans? Yeah, and when I used to drink those things, they were good. Those little, like pre-mixed cans of the Jim Beam, they were good. You add them to soda, it was the perfect drink.
Wow. Hey, Hemi, have you seen my car show videos today? I did two shorts and one long one, and I'll be putting out some other kind of long ones. I mean, they're under 15 minutes. But the Mexican brand I really like. There's no burn. You don't even have to have lime or salt with it. It's called La Gratona, and it has one of those really cool kind of bottles. It's one of the green glass bottles. Looks really old, and then it has one of those flip top kind of seals on it with the metal. You know what I'm talking about? Like the old beer bottles with the metal cap.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and you
yeah.
kind of, they weren't metal,
Okay.
but to seal them, it was like you push down on the stopper
Right,
and then you seal it with the metal. And that's really cool.
right.
Hey,
And
Mr.
like
Marmello. Good to see you.
and 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 like I remember somewhere growing up, my parents would find like Russian beer like that because that's how they made beer in Russia with like the stopper.
So Hemi said white cans and not yet. So Hemi lives in Melbourne. So
Florida or Australia?
Australia.
Oh,
So yeah, Jim Beam and cola. Huh. I don't even know if we have that here.
yes, 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 we do.
Do we? I,
Yes.
I'm not a bourbon girl.
And it's actually pretty good because I'm not much of a drinker of any kind of stuff like that, but that was good. That was good. Okay, okay. I do get going.
You
Miss
get
Easy Street.
going.
It's 10:30.
I'm gonna go. Hemi, enjoy those videos. I was thinking of you, and I have more tractor videos too. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
a
seen
tractor
those yet.
pull. Oh, nothing better than watching a tractor pull. Oh,
Leanne, do you like tractor pulls? Yes or no? Tractor and
say
truck
no.
pulls.
Okay, okay, honey. This is the first time that I met you. Please say no.
They're giving me heck. I love vehicles. I like cars. I like engines. I like that kind of stuff. It's just the way I am. I mean, I was my dad's only son.
Well, then the next time you come, the next time you come down, you can talk to Cat Daddy all day about putting in a 427 engine in a Dodge.
I was my dad's
And
only
so like,
child, so he
and so
made
like he's
sure.
telling me, yeah, and so like Al's telling me this, and I'm saying, what? What?
Wow. I actually saw trucks you could work in today. Like they had a lot of room under the hood. So, yeah. Oh, Leanne said she's never seen a truck or tractor pull. They're
Good
fascinating.
job. Good. All right.
They're
Okay.
better live. They're better live.
And
So,
do they explode? Is there any explosions?
um, well, that one truck, it blew something. It was called Mater, and it had to stop. They had to pull it off the track because it started to take off and something went wacky. So, but there
Oh,
have been deaths at truck pulls. So,
oh, how do you get killed at a truck pull? What is a stray truck? Oh, go into the stands.
no, I think it literally blew an engine
Oh,
and parts went flying. Yeah.
hey Ralph, Ralph. Hey, oh, you got a piston there stuck in your head. Oh, really? Is that what that is?
Mr. Marmello said, "Sorry about the World Football World Cup, Aussie. I guess
Ah,
Australia
okay.
didn't do well."
Yeah. Yeah, see, and like anybody from Australia, what I love, and they even play it a little bit up here. They play Australian Football League rules, which I mean they are just as tough and violent as the NFL, but they're not, wearing, like 80 pounds of pads. It's just guys going out there ramming their bodies together,
Your
dazed
fa-
and confused.
your favorite team's Arsenal, right?
No, they're no. Oh, okay. They're in the English
Right.
Premier League, and that's soccer. Well,
Right.
football.
Right. That's what we were talking about.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry about the football World Cup Aussie. Yeah. So
Yeah, Australia is not known for their um, and like the stupid U.S. is the only country in the world that calls it soccer.
yes,
It is.
yes. Leanne said violence with a little clothing. Gotcha.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? And they actually said that that is safer than the NFL because all of that padding can lead to further injuries.
Mm. It's probably
Just like
safer than naked acrobatic poetry reading, too.
well,
See, that'll shut her up.
I yeah. Oh, what misfit? What misfit? You're hungry? I gotta feed you. Okay. Good night.
The
Good
cat
night, Jen.
calls. Woo
Good night,
woo.
Jen. I'll talk to you tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow or whenever. And
All
okay, so
right.
tomorrow is what time?
Tomorrow night, 7:30, every Sunday. Sunday,
It,
Sunday, Sunday.
okay, is that Eastern time?
That is Eastern time. Right
Okay.
here. Fun with trivia. Tomorrow night is Birds and the Bees. So
And there's a children's song, the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
I don't know that that's a children's song. But Simple Life is here, and that's the best.
Oh well, I'm a simple life. Yeah, I'm tired. I my batch. Yeah. Oh, simple life. And you've been on my chat a lot and Jen's chat. See, because you know that I always go out of my way to help people. If you ever need a hand with anything, let me know because I can help you.
Yeah, those aren't bats. It's just she's batty. Very batty. But if you find any guano in your hair there, send it down. It'll be good for the garden.
I'll feed it to the annoying ass squirrel who steals all the cat's food.
Oh, I sent you a video of the hawk today.
Yeah, I know. I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. I saw it. So, all
It's
right.
not
Good
too
night, guys.
graphic.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming on. Sorry for all the trouble. Hopefully, Chris will
Ah,
get you straightened out tomorrow night or
I
tomorrow morning.
like I said, all I had to do was hold the hammer up to the cam, and the internal workings in the PC saw it. It says, "Oh shit, I better
That's
act
right.
up. I better stop acting up."
That's right. That's
All right.
right.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Go ahead and sign up for all the fun. We are drama free here. We are all friends here with lots of love. So if you want drama, go elsewhere because it isn't here ever. So and we like to keep it that way. So anyway, but thanks everyone for coming. I hope you have a safe and happy Halloween. And we'll be talking to you later. Good seeing you, Mr. Marmello. I don't think you've ever been on the channel, but welcome, welcome. Do a lot of variety cooking, car shows, vehicles, truck pulls, restaurants, travel. I do it all. I do, and a little comedy. So good seeing you, Simple Life. See you later. Good night, Mrs. Hopkins. Thank you very much. Anyone still in chat, still watching? Mr. Mark, if you're still there. Hemi, always good to see you. Ms. Benny Loco, I hope you and Rand are doing well and that your headache goes away quickly. Addie, good night. You already said good night. And we will see everyone hopefully tomorrow. Love y'all. Take care.